And then there we go. Hello, can you hear me? I'm just doing a quick live. Maybe I'll open this up a little bit. Get some light. I'm just doing a quick live. It's blurry. There we go. Now I'll close this because now it's. Oh, that freaking light. I swear to God, when we have that on, like distracts from everything. It's just like, I'll just come over here maybe. It's still, whatever. I don't think there's like anywhere that's good. Whatever. How is everyone? Is anyone even here? Or should I turn the lighting off? Does it make it look better? I don't know. Can you hear me? No, we need the lighting on. Oh, I don't want green screen. I always be messing with things. I don't want that. Hi, the one person. I'm just doing a quick live. Can you hear me? No? Nobody wants to join? Anyone? Anyone out there? Earth to people? Whoa. It's funny. Yeah. Yeah. Whoa. Oh my God. I'm just, since nobody's in here, I'm just kind of seeing what these different things are. Yeah. All right. That's not exciting. Go back. No. No. Just kidding. We're going to do that. Sorry, guys. I was just messing around. Nope. Nope. I'll take that off. Okay. I'm done messing around. Hi, if you're here. I'm just doing a quick live. Just took down all the fall Thanksgiving. My lips are still dry. I just took down all the fall and Thanksgiving stuff. And I just brought in all our Christmas stuff. So today we are going to decorate for Christmas. Get the tree up, get all the decorations up, play Christmas music. If you're in Illinois or Chicago, Illinois or Wisconsin, good luck. Anybody's getting anywhere from 6 to 12 inches of snow today. So, well, hello, maybe we can marry. Haha, funny. Merry Christmas, but nah, I can't get married to ya. But yeah, so split on the wall. Okay, no. But if you guys can, I'm gonna be only live here for a little bit. I go live now. I can go live on TikTok, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and when we start decorating, we're gonna put Christmas music on, and I think I'm gonna go live over on TikTok while decorating. So if you are bored and have nothing else to do, come follow me over on TikTok in a little while. We'll have Christmas music playing. I'll be decorating. We'll be decorating the outside, putting lights out and the bushes. We got an inflatable Santa. And then I have all of my Christmas stuff here, tree, decorations, things like that. So the reason I have to go do over on TikTok is because they allow you to play music. Here, I can't play anything or you get copyright strike. So that's what's kind of annoying. But yeah, so again, quick live. Not a lot of people are here, clearly. Morning, Tech. Arthur, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Sorry, you can hear my dog. She's like licking her paw in the back. The other two pups, they went to the vet today. They had to get their shots. They were so brave though. But the one said, the vet said the boy dog Zuko, our Danny Zuko, he put a couple pounds on. I said, it's okay. It's winter time and they're so small. You have to put a couple pounds on, and so you stay nice and fat and you know. But yeah, what's everyone else up to? Good to see you again, by the way. Lots of love from India. Well, thank you. I hope things are going well in India. You think I'm an a-hole, don't you? I never said you were, Wilfred Morris. Can you guys give me a like and a follow? I never said you were an a-hole. I don't know why. I just don't like if people make like inappropriate comments. Like, I'm pretty liberal in regards to like what I let people say here and talk about. I don't like the sexualizing comments. Most women don't. It's almost 10:01 p.m. Oh yeah, well you're in India. You're all the way on the other side of the world. It is yeah, it's 10:32 a.m. here. So yeah, you're a handful of hours ahead of us, obviously. But yeah, so I gonna decorate today for Christmas. The Bears. I didn't stream it on here, but the Bears, they won. We're still the NFC champs right now, NFC North champs, and second overall in all of NFL. I think it's the LA Ram. Is it the Rams or the Charger? Rams, right? They're number 1. We're number 2 seed. It's 10:30 a.m. I'm sure it's 11:30 on the East Coast. I'm in the Midwest. I'm in Wisconsin, Illinois area. So it's 10:30, but so it's 11:30 over on the East Coast, like more like New York, Virginia, Maine, Florida, Georgia, parts of Indiana, Ohio, things like that. And then what? Over in California, they're 2 hours behind us here in the Midwest. So 10:30, 9:30, 8:30 over in the California area. Then there's mountain time, and yeah. I just know what time it is here. Do you guys, I have a question, Tech, if you're still here. So in America, we do, like, I don't mean it's not ignorant, but we change the clocks. Like, in the spring, on the weekend, we move the clocks an hour forward, so spring ahead. And then in the fall, we fall back an hour for daylight savings time. Is that something that they do in India as well too? Do you guys do daylight savings time in the spring and then in the fall? Or do you guys just keep time? Because we are supposed to get rid of daylight savings time. There's this whole thing about getting rid of daylight savings time. Yeah, the one thing I heard crazy about is every American state have different time. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, there's certain states. There's like the East Coast, they're an hour ahead of where I am at. Then there's the Midwest where it's 10:35 a.m. right now. So on the East Coast, it's 11:35 a.m. Then there's Mountain Time. I think they're just an hour behind us. So it's like 9:35 a.m. Mountain Time. And the West Coast, like California, Washington State, Oregon, Arizona. Actually, I think Arizona got rid of daylight savings time, so I honestly wouldn't even know. But hey, Chef Vince, how are you? And then Hawaii, obviously, is a state. They're like from us 5 or 6 hours behind. But yeah, so it just depends on where you live. I think we should get rid of daylight savings time overall. I think we should have, but yeah, do you guys at Tech over in India, do you guys have that where it's like you fall back, like in the fall, you one weekend, like the clocks change and fall back an hour, and then in the spring they jump, or do you guys just keep the same time all year round? I wish to visit the USA and to see US-Mexico border ones. Yeah, it would be awesome. Come to the US. Go down to the US-Mexico border. Be careful. Definitely be careful down there. I've not been to the US-Mexico border. I've not been to Mexico. I would love to go. I really want to go to San Diego and then like go over the border to Tijuana just to say like I've been to Mexico. I'm sure there's other places like in Mexico I could go to. But my family, we did like a lot of road trips like out west, and then we did a lot of stuff on the East Coast, and then we did just a lot of camping, and then like Disney World, Florida. The most south I've ever been is actually Key West, which was last February. It's coming up on a year. It's the most south I've ever been in the U.S. I've been to Texas, but I was at the farthest point of the United States. It was that in front of the 90 miles, in front of the 90 miles to Cuba. But we're hoping to plan to go to Boston in June. At the end of June, we're trying to go to Boston and go to Fenway Park. I don't know if you like baseball. No, we do have same time over here generally. Okay, so you guys don't change the clocks. Yeah. We're trying to go to I'm trying to go to Boston hopefully at the end of June. Go to Fenway Park. I don't know if you like baseball in India. Or if you get like American baseball at all. I know, I think in India, cricket is big, right? And I'm assuming soccer or football for you guys. Like we call it soccer. I know the people in Europe call it football, but we have like NFL football. But yeah, sorry, this is not that exciting of a live. I just wanted to go live for a little bit. I'm like a little bored and I'm just waiting to people to start decorating. And like I said, follow me on TikTok. It's linked. I can go live on TikTok now. So I'm probably going to stream over on TikTok while I'm decorating. And I would stay on YouTube and decorate and like have you guys watch me if you really wanted to. The problem is I am like a traditional girl and I want to have Christmas music on while I'm decorating to get into the spirit. And if I put Christmas music on while I'm here on YouTube, I'll get a copyright strike. Whereas on TikTok, I won't get a strike. Yes, the cricket, it's very similar to baseball. Yeah, I've seen that. But I mostly use American words. I won't use European or British English. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I've seen crickets. Seems like it is similar to baseball. I don't understand it. Tried to watch a little bit of it. But I do recognize that it is kind of similar to American baseball. Yeah. No offense, I don't think I'd ever, well, not ever, but I don't think I'd come to India. It's not on my bucket list. No offense. I'm a huge picky eater, and I don't think I could eat Indian food. Like, I had like the town I grew up in, we had a lot of families who immigrated here to America from India, and like I know curry is like a big thing, and I had a handful of like Indian friends and stuff, and I'd go to their house and like it smelled good. I would try to eat it, but then like I couldn't. I don't know. I don't know, maybe too many spices. I don't know. Weddings though, I mean, that just depends, I guess, where in India, and what religion you are. I've been to a few weddings and they put on the most elaborate weddings. I mean, it's like a whole week of festivities, henna, all this stuff. And then, I mean, it is like beautiful. The dresses are beautiful. It's like they're kings and queens for the whole week. I mean, Indian weddings, depending on whatever religion too, because I know there's different religions, are just they are some of the most elaborate and beautiful ways. By the way, Kat, I heard that some Urdu migrants have been caught crossing Mexican-US border illegally and are caught by cops. Is it true, Kat? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, people, that's a big thing, is about border control here. Um, Honestly, yeah, there are people that come from Mexico here illegally, but it's actually a lot of people that come from like South America, or Central America. And so they go from South America through Central America and then get into Mexico. And then from Mexico, they come over and they come over usually, they try to just cross the border and run, or they pay what they call our coyotes. Um, uh, and then we have border control. And so, of course, people get caught. People are here illegally. That's a big thing right now, especially with here in Chicago. We have border control. We have ICE, which, yeah, Trump is wanting like everybody out. Obviously, there's still the travel restriction bans from different countries over in Europe and not really Europe countries, but countries in Africa and then a lot of Middle Eastern countries, which is horrible. There's still travel bans. I remember when Trump first went into administration, his first term, and he put what they called the Muslim ban. And I grew up by O'Hare. I don't know if you're familiar with O'Hare Airport. It's one of the largest international airports right in Chicago, and I lived there at the time. And I went to Terminal 5, and that was the international airport. And I went and protested the ban. But yeah, my religion is Hindu. Yes, okay, Hindu. And we do often dress up like kings and queens. Our marriages are so long for real. Yeah. No, I mean, I've been to Hindu weddings and it's so elaborate, and the days leading up to it, if you get invited, the dresses that the females wear, the dancing is just amazing. And then people are just, the bride and groom are usually sitting on these beautiful, elaborate, like couches, and there's a fireworks show and lights. And I mean, they're so much fun. Literally, it's just Hindu, and oh my God, I'm sorry, like Hindu and then like Indian wedding. Oh my God, I have to give props. I had one girlfriend. She's really rich though. Her family's really rich, and then she married to a guy who makes good money, and she's American and they're Irish, but like they're not from Ireland. But like, anyways, now they had a really elaborate wedding. They got married at the Holy Name Cathedral, which is a huge Catholic church in Chicago, and it takes a lot to be able to get married at Holy Name Cathedral. And then they had a huge reception downtown at the Drake, which is right off of Lake Michigan, downtown, on like the Magnificent Mile or whatever. And that was, oh my God, one of the most elaborate weddings I've ever been to. But yeah, Hindu Indian weddings are awesome too. Hi, how are you, buddy? I'm doing good, 1985. How are you? Joe Biden or Donald Trump? What are you asking the Lord Tiger? I wish if I'll marry a girl, I'm definitely gonna give you an invitation. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, Tech, again, I don't mean to be ignorant. So you said your religion is Hindu. Are you able to marry whoever you want, or is it more of an arranged marriage? You're from India as well, 1985. Are you American? Yeah, I am American. Where are you from? I'm from Illinois, originally. Can I tell you something? Go for it. Go, Joe. Jesus Christ died on the cross for our sins. If we believe in him, we will have eternal life with him in paradise. Okay. I'm not religious. I grew up Catholic, Roman Catholic. I feel like I talk about this all the time. So I don't put anybody else's religion down, though, except for Scientology. If you're here from Scientology, we ain't messing with Scientology. I kind of don't really like the LDS church either. But Scientology is a cult. But I'm not religious anymore. I don't really believe in organized religion and churches and things like that. But I won't push that on anyone, just like I wouldn't want somebody to push it on me. I respect all religions. And I think there are some beautiful, I mean, I've been to different churches because there was a time where I was like trying to find if I wanted to go again. So I explored different things, but I would never put anybody's down. You're from New Delhi. It's the capital of India. Okay. Jesus loves y'all. Okay. And I appreciate that. You know what? And if somebody ever wants to pray for me, I'm more than willing to have prayers. I'm not an atheist. I'm considered agnostic is what I consider myself. I do believe there's like something bigger than us, than me. When I do pray, unfortunately my brother passed away. So when I do pray, I pray to him. But yeah. Ma'am, if I want to improve my vocabulary like you Americans, so what do I do? I mean, I guess watch American TV. I know that's like how some people have learned, or watch American movies. I think there's, what's that? Doglo? It starts with a D. I know that's how people learn other languages. I'm not sure. No, we can marry to anyone, but according to our religious text, it says that if you marry to any other religion, the girl, they get married according to our marriage rituals. So you can get married to whomever you'd like within your religion. But if it's outside your religion, the female probably should convert to your religion or follow your marriage rituals. Is that what I'm understanding, Tech? White boy, hi from California. Hey, white boy, where are you at in California? Oh, you don't have to say, by the way. You don't have to like dox yourself or anything like that. I just like to know like what parts of California. I like California. I went to California last year and yeah, I like it a lot. We do arrange and love marriage 50%. Okay. So some of it's arranged and love. So you do both. Yeah, I got it. Do suggest some. Oh God, I don't know. And just I don't know. I don't know what you get over there. I like documentaries. And serious movies. And then I like watching some reality TV. But there's that program. It's called like Douglo. I don't know. It starts with a D. Like go to Google or whatever you have and put D, learn new language. I bet you do like it a lot. Like what a lot? Yeah, she has to be converted into our religions and also have to follow our religions too. Like if she eat meat and if his family won't eat meat, she has to eat what do we eat? I get what you're saying. I understand. So some people have arranged marriage and then some people have love marriages. I understand. Yeah, there you go, Tech. Exactly. That's it. Duolingo. Yeah. However you say it. See, I can't even say it, and I speak English barely. No, but yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Duolingo. I don't know if it's a free app, but I know a lot of people that came to America or the US and didn't speak any English or knew very little English. They just learned by watching like TV shows and movies. And I would have a really hard time. I took Italian in high school and I just I can't. Uh I could not. And then I had to take a semester of Spanish in undergrad in college. It was just a requirement. Again, could not do it. I took German in fifth grade, and those are literally the only like, and that was in fifth grade, and that's all I know. Your English pronunciation is so good. Love your accent, girl. Oh, thank you. I grew up with a speech impediment. And had to take a speech class when I was younger. So sometimes I stumble over my words, and sometimes when I'm reading things, I can't say it right. So it's okay. And I used to have like a little bit of a stutter. Sometimes I do, but yeah. So you're in an arranged marriage? No, I'm not in an arranged marriage. Kat, please report to the principal's office. Oh, I don't want to go to the principal's office. Please, no. Sorry, my lips are so dry. Oh my God, with the weather's changed. But no, I'm not in an arranged marriage. Tech_Arthur, if you see their comments, I was asking them, they live in India, and we were just talking about marriage, and I was just saying, like I was saying, I've been to like Hindu, Indian weddings and how amazing and beautiful they are and elaborate they are, and it's just amazing. Like it's wow. And I was just asking Tech, because I wasn't sure, like, if they have like if it's all arranged marriages or if there's love marriages or how it works. That's because you are from the East Coast. Everybody on the East Coast has a speech impediment. I'm not from the East Coast. I know sometimes it sounds like it is, because sometimes I say things like coffee, like that Boston car. When I really get talking a lot, see like that, like it sounds like I am from the East Coast. I'm not. I'm from Illinois. I'm from the suburbs of Chicago, right outside the north side. But my dad grew up, if you watch, it's like so repetitive. My dad grew up on the south side of Chicago by Midway Airport. And then my mom's north side. And so I just think some of the words is, I don't know. And I don't know where I came like with this like Boston accent. Like sometimes people say New York, Boston. I think it's more Boston. But yeah. When I speak, would you suggest me a movie? What's a good movie? I don't know. You're putting me on the spot. I'm sorry. Or a comedy serial. When I speak American words in English in my country, some people do often get confused what I am saying because they mostly use the British words and they're like, bro, what are you saying? Well, you type out Tech. I mean, you type out very well English. Like, you type out very well. So I'm sure your English is fine. Or comedy serial or series. You could watch, I don't like the show, but maybe it's an older show. You could watch Friends. That's popular. Now she's controversial, but I love the show Roseanne. I watched the show Roseanne. That's about like middle class America in Illinois. You can watch the show Roseanne. That's a comedy show. You can watch Friends. You could watch Seinfeld. You could watch King of Queens if you want like a comedy series. As far as movies, I like historic movies. See, I like stuff about like I'm a social worker, but I wanted to major in history, but then I realized, and I wanted to teach US history, but then I realized I remember being in high school and like, except for myself and a few others, nobody really liked going to history. Like that was like, they hated that class. So I was like, oh, and I don't really want to teach a bunch of kids. And what else am I going to go do? Like, be a writer and be a historian? Like, no, I'm not good at that. Go work at a museum? No, but I like history. Oh, thanks. Actually, I learned it through American movies. See, that's what I was saying is to watch American movies. And I practice speaking English pronunciation just like you. And I wish my English can get much more fast to speak just like a native English speaker. That's okay. Honestly, Tech, you type out really well, and I'm sure if I heard your voice, I would understand. So I cannot learn another language. My head, my brain just can't compute like with like feminine pronouns, male pronouns, different things. I just when I ever had to be like take like a any other class like in high school and then like I said in undergrad I had to take a semester. I had to take Italian and I had to take Spanish and I did not do well at all. Xena the Warrior Princess. Battle of New Orleans. Sorry, I just realized I have this on top messages. I'm not seeing all the messages. The Legend of the Seeker. Okay. If you spend time drunk around other cultures, you will learn languages easier. I don't know about that. I wouldn't know about that. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Yeah, that's from the 90s. I don't really watch that. I would love to know another language though, especially that would help like as like in a career. Like I would love to learn like Spanish. Like I wish I was fluent in like Spanish or like knew enough Spanish because like when you're applying for jobs, like they love it if you speak another language. I have a friend though, she's in school for sign language, ASL, American Sign Language. So that's pretty awesome. Uh She's really good. She's really, really, really good at it. And I think that would be awesome too, is to learn sign language. Like, quote, I want to go in the native pronunciation. It goes like, I gotta go, and I don't know, then it goes like, I don't know. Yeah. Well, we all use like slang terms. Like I don't like say obviously full sentences. Like I'll be like, yeah, I don't know, okay, sure, gotta go, talk to you later. I don't say like greetings. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I appreciate you for being here, which I do, but like yeah, no. And I talk really fast. So I have something stuck in my nose. It's my nose ring. And my nose pierced. I mean, unless I have boogers. Oh my God, please don't. No, just kidding. That's disgusting. Sorry. But yeah, no, it's a nose ring. Yeah. What is everyone up to? Tak, I know you're in, and I think who is the other individual that was in here? 1985. You said you're in India as well too. But anyways, what are your plans this weekend, or what have you guys done this weekend? We just had here in America Thanksgiving on Thursday. What have you all done with your weekend? You're from Brazil. Oh, Manchester, UK. I love it when the UK people come here. I don't know. That's like I get a lot of people from UK, like England, Switzerland, Sweden. I don't know how you all find me, but I appreciate it. How's Manchester, UK? I'd go to England, the UK, London. Better Off Dead when John Cusack meets Beth and they both think they have boogers showing. I've met John Cusack, actually. I actually protested with John Cusack. If you're talking about John Cusack, the actor from Chicago, I protested with him and hung out with him, and then I actually hung out with his nephew, um, and a handful of other people. My friend, I said that got married, who's like knows a lot of people. Her family knows a lot of people. Know like Bill Murray, knows a lot of her uncle owned a bar in the city. It was a Chicago Blackhawks bar, hockey bar, and so like this was back like when they were doing really well, like in 2000 and like 14, 15, 2012, all that. And so we'd hang out with like a lot of the players. And then like Mike Starr would be there, Bill Murray would be there, John Cusack would be there, Vince Vaughn sometimes would be there, and yeah, John Cusack. One night I was at my friend's bar, and it's closed now, unfortunately, and I did get a little drunk. It was my early 20s, and ended up throwing up on John Cusack's nephew's shoes. You load my hair? Oh my God, it's a mess. Oh God, Lord, no, thank you. You're probably just saying that it's a mess. It's literally in a bun. I need to wash it. After we get done decorating here today and all that stuff, I'm gonna shower. But yeah, tough at the moment, but family is good. Work is going well. Money is tight as per usual. Where are you from and how are you? I feel you. I'm sorry, buying time. Yeah, life is tough for a lot of people right now. I hope you know you're not alone. But I'm not minimizing whatever you're going through. Um, Things have been tough for me. Things are getting slowly but surely, but better. I'm glad that family's good. That's always great. Work is going well. I'm glad at least you have a job in this economy. Money's tight. Money's absolutely tight for a lot of people, I think, except for the billionaires here in America and throughout the world. Money's tight for me as well too. And with the holidays, you know. And with this economy, I don't know, here, at least in America, yeah, it's inflation. It's crazy. And where are you from and how are you? I'm doing good. I am from the US. I'm from Illinois originally, from the Chicagoland area, the suburbs. Currently in Wisconsin though. On those weekends, I did hated a lot of things to do, like visiting new places and exploring it. On the next weekends, I'm planning for going on a long road trip because I like driving a lot. Oh, cool. Where are you going to go on your road trip? That looks messed. That looks messed, but you still look pretty. I know it is a mess. It's like, it's still like, it's like in a bun. I just like threw it up, like, because we're cleaning and decorating. So, like, I'm not, I'm not trying to like go live looking pretty today right now. But I appreciate that. Yeah, I have to shower today. I will shower. Trust me. It just, with cleaning and decorating all that, I'm going to get like sweaty, dirty, all this stuff. Have to go in and out of the garage, storage stuff. So it's like after all that gets said and done, then I will shower. My ex is from Chirac. Oh, you call us a Chirac. Oh, get out of here. Her dad was a Chicago motorcycle cop. Ah, okay. He was a Chicago cop. Where are you from? NDGD? Well, you don't have to tell me. Are you from? Sorry, I don't know where everyone's from. But your ex is from Chirac. It's not as bad. I mean, it is bad to a degree. But not all parts of Chicago are bad. It gets really bad. Oh, you're from Kentucky? Okay. You're right under Illinois. Kentucky's the state. Right underneath Illinois. Good old Kentucky. I'm planning to visit on hill stations and countrysides, and I do often pass my time by hearing the classic American countryside songs. Oh, you like country music? Oh, Gary, Indiana. Wait, so are you currently living in Kentucky, but you're originally from Gary, Indiana? Is that what you're saying? NGD? Sorry, the dogs. You're going to start hearing the dogs bark. They see the dog across the street. Chirac has nothing on Gary. Yeah, Gary is not a good area either. Gary, Indiana is not the best at all either. That's isn't Gary, it's Gary, Indiana, where Michael Jackson and the Jacksons grew up. Or what town is it? Right over the border in Indiana. Hello again from Manchester. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, the billionaires are okay for sure. Illinois, is that cold at the moment? Yeah, they're getting like, I'm in Wisconsin, but between where I'm at in Wisconsin and northern Illinois to about the end of Cook County, Chicago, we're supposed to get starting like now overnight, anywhere from, it just depends on where you're at, but anywhere from 6 to 12 inches of snow. So yeah, it's cold. Illinois, is that cold? Yeah, it's cold. It's absolutely blasting down here with rain, dark nights, dark mornings. So, and what do you do for work? I'm a social worker. I have my bachelor's and master's as a social worker. Hello from Manchester. Yeah, I love country music. That gives me pure Western vibes. If you could visit one state, Tech, if you were to come to America, okay, you don't have to give me one. I know that's hard, but if you came to America, I know you said you want to go down by the border, the U.S.-Mexico border, but what state would you like to go to or visit? You can give, or if you don't have like just one state, you could give me like your top 3 states you would like to go to. I am soon to be in Wisconsin on Stockbridge Muncie Reservation. Oh, okay. I don't know where that's at. You'd really like to go to, buying time. You really would love to go to Florida. Florida's nice. I've been to Florida multiple times. It just depends on where in Florida. May eventually move to Florida. I'll tell you that. Is it as crazy as it looks on YouTube? Florida? Yeah, we call some people in Florida, like guys, Florida man, because there's just something in the water. There's something down there in Florida. People do the craziest things, especially the guys. So we call them Florida man. Like literally just like go on YouTube or Google and type Florida man, and you'll see the craziest stories that come out of Florida. I don't know what's going on down there. Florida man in California and Seattle. Oh my God, what's with you? Why don't you like Florida? Why don't you like California or Seattle and New York? Well, where do you like? Bath salt eat people's face off. You know exactly what I'm talking about, NGD. Yeah, years ago there was that guy. You can look that up. It was in Florida, right? Somebody was on bath salts and it was videotape, and he literally took bath salts and then turned into a legit zombie and ate a person's face off. Literally, it's messed up. And New York. You like the mountains. Okay. Yeah. Kentucky, right? That's part of Kentucky is does that have the Smoky Mountains or Appalachian Mountains? Kind of forget. But yeah, I like the mountains too. I've been to Colorado. I've been through the mountains. I've been through the through Appalachia, a little bit of the Smoky Mountains. And then I've been to out in Colorado and the mountains out there and all that. I'll visit Texas first because I do love American cowboys, and my cousin lives in Austin. Oh, you have a cousin that lives in Austin. Okay. I also know how to make a lasso like a cowboy. I learned to make it too. Very cool. Yeah, I've been to Texas. I've been to Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas. I drove through other parts of Texas, but it was pretty nice. Yes, Florida, yeah, the Appalachians. The Appalachian Trail is 2,220-mile hike. Yeah, I actually just watched this documentary on a guy that went missing. And they're called I forgot, the Appalachian walkers, and they start and they walk all the way, I don't know, at the start of the Appalachian Trail and make their way all the way down to Florida-ish area or Georgia or vice versa. But yeah, there was this documentary I just watched about this missing guy, and he like just up and left and like changed his name. He had like a trail name. I guess they were like called trail people. And he never gave his real name. And it was just, I forgot what God, I have to remember it. But it was pretty good. But I actually find stuff about Appalachia really interesting. It's definitely a part of the country that a lot of people like don't talk about, and then like especially a lot of parts of the Appalachian area are very poor. Um, yes, mostly harmless. Yes, driftless. That's it. Mostly harmless. Yes, thank you. Mostly harmless. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Mostly harmless. If you haven't watched or seen anything, there's a documentary out. I forgot on what streaming platform or whatever, but Google Mostly Harmless and you can find it. It's really interesting. But yes, driftless, mostly harmless. Yes, 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 yes. Right, Kat, need to go. I think maybe now I should have some rest. So till then, see ya. Have a good night. Adios, amiga. All right, Tech, good night. I know it's late over there in India. Get some rest, get some sleep. If you haven't subbed, can you give me a sub? I'd appreciate it. Follow me on TikTok too if you do TikTok. If you have TikTok, it's the same name, Kat, KAT_ocean. But yeah, mostly harmless. Really weird Kentucky about the man who became feral and had like lichen and moss growing on him 15 years later when they found him. What about Hermit of the Woods? I've not heard that, Hermit of the Woods. But yes, mostly harmless. Yeah, I just watched that a documentary about him and how he's found and how he would not give his real name. And that, yeah, it was really interesting. I subbed to you, Kat. Thank you. Have a good one, girl. You too, Tech. Be safe. Have a good one. Have a good night. What about Hermit of the Woods? I don't know about Hermit of the Woods. Tell me more about it, NG. Lake Titicaca. Ill? What's ill? I'm ill? Probably. That's okay. I look like crap, so. You're pretty cool. Thank you, NG. I appreciate that. Yeah, I like the mountains though too, and I love watching anything about Appalachia because I swear it's a part of the country that like nobody like. I feel like there's not enough like there's just. I find it very interesting. People that really live deep in the Appalachian mountains and or like oh, what is it called? Like the little towns and things like that. Unfortunately, it's a very like decrepit, poor area. Not all of the Appalachian area, but he was a kid who left society at 18 for 20 years in Maine. The Hollers, thank you. You're helping me so much, NG. I am literally like, I promise I know what I'm talking about. I just, when I'm on the spot, sometimes I can't think. But yes, the Hollers. I think it's very interesting watching things about that. I love watching stuff. Have you ever watched the documentary? Oh my God. This is so stereotypical. What is it? You're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. The crazy, Wild West, that family, the Wild West family. Do you know what documentary I'm talking about? The Wild West family, and they're from the Appalachian area. The crazy Wild West something family. But yeah, the Hollers. Yeah, I love watching stuff about the Appalachian. I can watch anything about Appalachia. Anything about World War II. Anything about Vietnam. Yeah. The inbred family. Yeah, do you know what I'm talking about? It's like the White West Wild family or something like that. I'm a vehicle technician by trade. Used to drive class 1 heavy goods vehicles for a short while. Now I work and parts department for BMW. In your work, do you work with young and vulnerable adults? I do. Yeah, if we don't know our history, we are doomed to repeat it. Okay, cool. Get me a BMW, buying time. No, I'm just kidding. And then you can fix my BMW. So yeah, I have been a social worker now for 15 years. I have a bachelor's and master's in social work. Mainly my background is in medical social work, working in the emergency department. And then like on the inpatient side too. About the first 6 years of social work, I worked for psych. I worked at a behavioral health hospital. But my background is in medical social work. So you have a BS and BS? Haha, you're so funny. I hope you're just joking around, NG. You just said I'm cool or kind of cool. But if you're just making a joke, that's funny. But yes, I have a bachelor's in BS. And honestly, sometimes social work, I was kind of dumb, since I was like a kid, I was like, I always wanted to help people. I didn't know. I remember being like in 3rd or 4th grade being like, I want to be a psychologist or psychiatrist. Like, I just knew I wanted to help people. I just did not want to be a nurse. And then my dad, he got his degree in human services and he did kind of like social work stuff. He wasn't a social worker. He didn't have his degree in social work, but he did like social work stuff, kind of very similar. And my mom worked in business and I would listen to her stories and I was like, oh. And then I was like, I want to be a social worker. And I knew I wanted to be a social worker. And I was like, at 18, 17, I was like, I just want to help people. I don't care about the money. Because, yeah, I was living off my parents at the time. And unfortunately, even with a master's degree, we don't get paid a lot. We're pretty undervalued. We're a very underpaid profession. But it is what it is. I mean, well, congrats on your degrees. Do you enjoy it or do you find it hard at times? Yeah, definitely. I do enjoy it. I don't know what else I would do unless like I took off on being a content creator, which is never going to happen. If I could go and just travel and do photography, I would and get like a good camera. I do like doing a lot of photography. Yeah, pun intended. I got it. But yeah, it's a rewarding field to work in social work. And there's a huge spectrum. When people hear social work, sometimes though, they think you like work for like Child Protective Services or like Department of Child Family Services, and you're just there to take kids away. That's not it. There's a whole, just like a nurse, people in nurse can do all sorts of nursing. Social workers, you can be a medical social worker, you could be an individual therapist, you could be a school social worker, you could work for the VA, you can work for hospice, you could do home health, you can teach, you can do stuff with insurance. So it's a wide variety. It's just what your niche is. My partner is a nurse for cancer hospital, and it's a super hard job. Oh, thank you to your partner for being a nurse. If it's a he or she, I'm not sure when you say partner, but to either he or she, think nursing is a hard job. And as a medical social worker, I work along nurses and doctors all day long in techs, and I could never be a nurse at all. It's a very hard job. Sad that people are so atrocious. Yeah. I sell dope. I'm a street doctor and pay no taxes. You know what? Good for you. Gee, if that's true. You sell that dope. You be a street doctor. Nah, I mean cannabis, it's legal in Illinois. Dispensaries popping up left and right, just like liquor stores. And for people, as long as it's not, it's the right string, I guess, or strain, it really does help people, especially like cancer patients too. Better than, I would say, being addicted to Norco or narcotics. Follow your dreams. I'm guessing you don't have kids yet. She is my Mrs. I'm Mikey, by the way. Don't have kids. Don't plan on having kids. Don't want kids. It's just a choice I've made. I will be a dog parent my life. Don't want kids, though. And she's your Mrs. You're Mikey. Well, nice buying time. Nice to meet you, Mikey. And she's a Mrs. Okay. Well, thank your missus for her nursing. I'm sure working as a nurse in like oncology with cancer patients, it's so hard. Um, working with people subjugates you to all the problem and trauma that they project outward. Sorry, what are you trying to say, NG? Working with people subjects you to all the problems and trauma that they project. Are you saying that with what I do, that people with the problems and the trauma that they endure, that they projected onto me? Yeah, I must have to be a sounding board. And it really is hard sometimes. It is really, really hard sometimes. Because people are dealing with trauma and they're dealing with heart issues and they need a social worker, and funding's been cut not just in Illinois but like throughout the entire country, for social services and for like resources and things like that. And so um, yeah, they take their anger, and it's like they're not necessarily mad at you, they're just mad at the world, they're mad at their situation, but like yeah, they take it out on you. Valley girl, I'm not a valley girl, but okay. Don't blame you. I have four. My eldest is 21. I'm 39, so started very young. You're 39 and your oldest is 21. Oh my God, Mikey. So do the math. This is why I didn't go in math. So 39 minus 29, that's 10. 21, 39 minus 20. Why can I not do math? So you were 20. Wait, I can't do math. I'm so bad. This is why I'm a social worker, or I would have gone into math and science. 21, 31. Oh, he was 18. Thank you. Sorry. You guys helped me out so fast. Hi, Hungry Kitty. Oh, it's so good to see you, Hungry Kitty. Hungry Kitty, remember when I thought you were a guy or a girl the whole time for like the first live stream you came in? And you're like, Cat, I'm actually a guy or a lad, you said. 18. Okay, I was 17 when he was conceived, 18 when he was born. Wow, yeah, you did start young. My mom, too. My mom got married at 17. She actually had to go and have her dad sign off on a piece of paper. This was her first husband. And so my grandpa, I never met him. All my grandparents died before I was born, and she got married at 17. So she actually ended up having to go to have my dad sign, or my grandfather sign off on a piece of paper. And he, at that time, like was like a drunk. So she had to go to, like, I think she went to a bar, like went to his house or whatever. And he was drunk, and she was like, sign this, I'm getting married and I know I'm underage. And so had him sign, and then she got pregnant and had my brother at 18. Yeah. And then that was with her first husband. So that's my brother, my half brother that passed away. And then he was about 16 years older than me. And then my mom had me with my dad when she was 34. So, and then my other brother is 15 years older, and that's from my dad's side. So I basically grew up as an only child, though. Yeah. How are you, Hungry Kitty? Num, 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 num. Yeah, I cannot believe, yeah, so I get that. I have cousins, they're kind of hickish, no offense. They're from Arkansas, and they're my mom's cousins, so they're my second cousins, third cousins, and some of them got married at like 14, 15 years old too, and had kids at like 15, 16, but were like married at like 14, 15, 16, yeah. So how old are you? When people ask me this, I always like to just go back and I'll tell you, but I won't take offense. So don't try to be like, oh, you look like you're 21. Okay. How old do you think I am, NG? I'll tell you my age. How old do you think I am? I have no makeup on, so a lot 32, close. 28, no. But thank you. I appreciate it. I'm 36, 30. I'd say 30. Yeah. Okay. I appreciate it's 28, 32, 30. Yeah, you guys are nice. Now I'm 36. A lot of social workers here set up limited companies and do public speaking in prisons. Oh yeah, you could be a social worker in a prison, jail too. That was another thing. Schools and people referral units for charge, obviously, but it has taken off. And some are earning huge money. Oh, okay. Yeah. Do you take drugs to look so young? No. Only drug I've ever taken is I've ever done is I've smoked weed. I don't smoke weed now at all, but I try to have a good skincare routine. I've been doing I've always tried to take care of my skin. I stopped I used to fake and bake a lot. When I say fake and bake, I'd go to the tanning bed. I stopped doing that. Now I do like getting tan, like in the summer, like by the actual sun. But I do have like a 5-step routine for my face. I was never like a daily weed smoker. I'm just saying the only drug I've ever tried is weed. Yeah, drugs will destroy you. Unfortunately, I've seen it happen too much in my family. Natural sunlight is great for vitamin D, yeah. And with the weather changing here, last year, I'm very open. I deal with anxiety and depression. Last year I went through a horrible, horrible seasonal depression. I've never experienced it. It was on top of just my regular depression. I've never experienced seasonal depression like I did last year. And my girlfriend's like, girl, like, take vitamin D. Like, I suffer from it too. And I never had experienced seasonal depression. So as soon as I felt the weather changing earlier this fall, end of summer, I got vitamin D. And so I take vitamin D every day now. Just because I never experienced, like, just on top of my regular depression that I deal with, seasonal depression. Last year was the first time I dealt with it. And I don't want to deal with that again. So as soon as I felt like the weather changing, I started taking vitamin D. So I take vitamin D every morning. But yes, natural sunlight is the best. I used to actually didn't hate summer. I used to love fall and winter. Now I'm the opposite. I want it to be summer all year round. I want to smoke a fat joint right now. We'll go for it, Amor. Do you live in a state that's legal? Go to a dispensary. Go get something. Or if you have a dealer, go get it from your dealer. I don't know. It's probably cheaper at the dealer, but you don't know it could be laced with something. So be careful. Pharmacology is based route. Etymology of the world is Greek meaning sorcery. Yeah, actual vitamin D or the rated R vitamin D. Haha, I get what you're saying. No, actual vitamin D, like the pills. Yeah. Spring is my favorite season. What makes spring your favorite season? Is it just because you're coming out of the winter, or do you live in a really hot state? So, I don't know. I like when it's spring because that means it's almost summertime. And spring's a hit and miss, though, especially when you live here in the Midwest. One day it could be like, when spring comes, one day it could be like 65, and then a day later it could be like 35, and you're just like, what the hell? Like when it's consistent. Like if it could be 75, no wind and sunny all the time, I'd be happy. Drugs are widespread. I broke my hand and was prescribed codeine and paracetamol. Am I saying that right? I'm sorry if I'm not. Became instantly addicted, and 12 years later, I was on 100 painkillers a day. I'm clean now, but man, was it hard. Holy crap. Buying time, or Mikey. If I remember right, you're Mikey. That is crazy. But that is the thing. I've seen it so many times. People, they get into an accident, they break something, and then they get prescribed a medication, And some people are able just to take the medication and be done with it, take it as needed, don't even use it, throw it out, go give it away, not give it away to people, but like go, turn it in. Because you, at least in Illinois, we have like where you can turn in like prescriptions that you don't use or expired prescriptions or whatever. But it's so easy to get addicted. The fact that you're on 100, I don't even know how you would function, but I'm glad that you're clean. And I'm sure it was so hard, but I'm really glad that you were able to overcome that. That had to be really hard. I'm really proud of you though. That's why too. I mean, like I said, I don't smoke weed at all. Like I said, I've tried it. But it definitely has its benefits to a degree. Better than any sort of Norco, opiates, which then can lead to heroin use, and it's a vicious cycle. Have a great day, Kat. You too, if you're leaving NG, I hope you have a great day. If you haven't sub. I'm going to be live over on TikTok later. So if you have TikTok and you like TikTok, I'm going to be live there decorating. And it's the same name. It's at KAT_ocean. My links are all here too. Hey, miss, hope you're having a nice day. I really like your outfit today. I'm literally just wearing like a hoodie. And best wishes, my Cox. Oh, okay. I said that too fast. You guys trick me sometimes with some of your things. Is Lily Allen your sister? Won't let you down. I get that all the time about Lily Allen. No. But yes, I get told I look like Lily Allen. Kitty. No TikTok. Oh, okay. Well, if you're able to sub here, I go live here. I'm not leaving YouTube. It's just when I start decorating, I want to put Christmas music on. And if I put Christmas music on, I would stay on here. It's just I would get copyrighted. Do you prefer? Okay, we're not. I'm not. I'm gonna let that stay but I'm not gonna continue. Actually, no, I am not. I'm not gonna block you, but I'm just gonna delete that comment. I went through a detox and rehab. I was a heavy drinker at the time, and coupled with painkillers, sadly, I damaged my liver. So cirrhosis of the liver with type 2 diabetes. Wow. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you got through that and that you got sober. Yeah, drinking on top of painkillers, and now you have the cirrhosis of the liver with type 2 diabetes. I'm so sorry. But it sounds like you've overcome all of that. It sounds now you're sober. So it's hard. Addiction's hard. My dad died from his addiction. It spiraled real fast after my parents got divorced. My brother died. My brother died, and then my parents got divorced the next year. And then my dad, after being sober for 20 years, he spiraled within 8 years, and he died. He got to the point where he was shooting up daily, and his arm had to get amputated. It was a whole thing. Yeah, he died though. Oh, you got the best voice for an annoying barista. Yeah, sorry. I get told all, I listen back, and that's fine. 40,000 milligrams. Oh my God. That's crazy. What about thoughts on police weaponization and modern CO intel pros? Condolences. Oh, I appreciate the condolences. Yeah, with the police. Not big on them being like militarized at all. They just need to be street beat cops and not like the military. Not a fan. Not gonna lie. I hope that I'm just being honest. But yeah. my God, I've been live for an hour. This goes by so fast. I swear to God. It's real now. They are calling them tier 1 operators. Huh. I'll have to look into that. Yeah, a lot of cops have become like militarized. I went to last year in the summer when they had the DNC, the Democratic National Convention, in Chicago. It was outside the United Center. I went. It was 4 days. I went 3 out of the 4 days. People were there to protest like Palestine versus Israel, and then protest against like people in the DNC and like all that. I went there just to document, and you can, if you look at my old YouTube videos, you'll see I wasn't like walking and protesting. I was documenting. So you'd see me on the side, or like I would try to go by where other like media were at and everything like that. And it, by day 3, it was like militarized, like to the max. Is opiate addiction formed from injuries mostly in the US? I think probably throughout the world, but I don't know. I mean, I think it is. I think a lot of times is people get injuries and then they get, they have a major surgery, they get a broken bone, and then obviously they get, they might even be prescribed a low dose of a narcotic, a painkiller. And then some people are able to just take it as needed or as prescribed, or they just take it for a day or two and they don't need it again. And then some people, their body just gets addicted and then they can't stop. And then it's anybody. I mean, there's lawyers, there's doctors, there's nurses, there's professionals. It's not just some blue collar guy or girl working in a restaurant or working in the mines or something like that. Like, and they're functional. And yeah, I mean, a lot of times they get an injury and then the doctor prescribes something for them and then they need more. Everybody should protest Greta Thunberg. Why? I'm just curious, Angie. Why do you feel like people should protest Greta? What's the purpose of this channel? So, first it started off of me protesting Scientology. I still do talk about Scientology. I don't live near a Scientology church anymore or building, but I first started off on protesting Scientology. I just started to go live like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. So I started when I was able to go live protesting Scientology. And then when there's any other demonstrations, like the No Kings protest, I did that. Sometimes I just come live and just chat with people when I'm bored. It's just kind of smorgasbord. Right now, I'm just on my couch. I'm getting ready to decorate for Christmas. I'm going to go live over on TikTok and decorate. Yesterday on TikTok, I'm finally going to go live on TikTok. So yesterday I streamed the Bears game versus the Eagles, and they beat the Eagles' asses barely. It was close, but we did it. So we're number 1 in the NFC North and number 2 overall. I think it's the LA... Is it the Chargers that are number 1 seed? I was totally functioning too, building engines all day, dropping pills for fun. Yeah. Just like some people are alcoholics. I mean, they can be functioning alcoholics. I remember at one of my old hospitals I worked at, I had worked with a nurse, and we didn't know she had such a bad problem, and she came to work and she had been drinking, and she was drinking on the job. And I remember I felt so bad, and they finally caught on, and she was taking care of patients, and they had to escort her off the unit because she was drunk while working and taking care of patients. And nurses usually are like 4 to 5 patients and handling medications and IVs and drips, and It was so embarrassing for her, and obviously, she got fired, and I'm sure her license got revoked or suspended, and I don't know what ended up happening to her. I just feel bad, but yeah. Um, Global warming is not real. Quit cutting trees and plant them, dumbasses. Okay. Why don't people like Scientology? Because it's a cult. They prey on very vulnerable populations, immigrants. They have them come over on religion. People that want to be U.S. citizens, they don't have them come over. They have them come over on religion, religious visas. They don't pay them. They don't believe in medication. They don't believe in medical care. They don't believe in mental health. They think that uh, they take all your money. They have people that work like 90, 100 hours a week. People that finally are able to escape Scientology, they get disconnected from their families unless they're families, and then they are called SPs, a suppressive person, and then they leave and they get stalked still. Um, Even if you're never in, and meaning that you're never a Scientologist, but you protest Scientology, they will try to ruin your life. They will contact your family. They will find your employer. They will do everything. They will send things. I mean, it is insane. You have to look it up. I mean, look up Scientology. Um, you should watch Leah Remini. Leah Remini, she's an actress. She was on King of Queens. She's an ex-Scientologist, and she has a show called The Aftermath with Mike Rinder, and Mike Rinder was really high up. He was special like operations or operations specialist affairs, like really, really, really high up. He just passed away of cancer this past year. But it's called it's called The Aftermath. It's a couple seasons long. It's about Scientology and her family leaving Scientology. Another one you should watch, if you do, his name is Aaron Smith Levin, and he's actually sitting in jail right now because of Scientology. He's an ex-Scientologist. He has a channel called Growing Up in Scientology, or just put Aaron Smith Levin in YouTube. And he has so many videos. There's Tori Magoo. You can find her. She's an ex-Scientologist, and she was in Scientology since the 60s or the 70s. Her dad actually was an ex-Chicago Bears football player, and she left Scientology. There's Liz Gale, there's Nora, then there's Jenna Miscavige. Jenna Miscavige, her uncle is David Miscavige, and he is the head of Scientology. So who started Scientology is this weirdo called LR or RL Ron Hubbard or whatever, and he did fiction like alien books, and he actually has the most published books. And then he's basically said that everybody was aliens, and then they became aliens. They got dropped into volcanoes, and then they came to Earth, and then they were put in human bodies, and they believe in this thing called Xenu. And I mean, there's just so much. It's so hard to explain all of it. Again, I've never been in Scientology. I'm not a Scientologist. But anyways, he died. David Miscavige took over the Church of Scientology, and Jenna Miscavige, she has a huge platform. She's an ex-Scientologist, and her uncle is David Miscavige, and he's the head of the church. And David Miscavige has a wife named Shelley Miscavige. Shelley Miscavige has not been seen since 2008, 2009, 2010. Oh, God, I can't think of it on top of my head. L. Ron Hubbard. So nobody knows where Shelley Miscavige is. She's not been seen in person in over a decade. But yeah, I'd really watch anything if you can find about Jenna Miscavige or get her book. Like I said, she is the niece of David Miscavige, who is the head of the Church of Scientology. I'd watch Aaron Smith Levin, ASL, Growing Up in Scientology. He's an ex-Scientologist. He was a twin. Unfortunately, his brother committed suicide. There's Tori Magoo. She's older. She left Scientology. And then again, I'd watch The Aftermath with Leah Remini and Mike Rinder. There's just a lot of interesting stuff. There's the Dianetics book, which I found out. So there's Dianetics, and that like explains like Scientology. So if you want to, I'm sure you could go to the library or thrift store and get the Dianetics book. I found out my mom, I was like, Mom, thank God. Because it was really big like in the 70s is when like Scientology really got popular. I think like started in the 60s, but like the 70s was like the big thing. My mom got the book in the 70s, Dianetics, and she read it, her and her first husband, but I don't know if her first husband read the full thing, but she read it. And I was like, Mom, what the hell? She's like, well, it was really popular, the Dianetics book. I said, thank God you didn't fall into that trap because I could not believe it. Okay, I know about it. I was just curious about the child. Yeah, they do child trafficking. Sorry, I'm talking and I'm not reading all the comments. There is child trafficking. They have labor camps too. People tattletale on each other. They get written up. They get TRs or TROs or whatever it's called. People get banished. Oh, another big one. Laura FM, you can follow her, Laura Anderson. She's an ex-Scientologist and she left. She's another good one if you want any information. Her parents are still in Scientology. Her dad used to be higher up, but now he works for the Big Blue building. And she's completely disconnected. Her mom is in a different part of somewhere else in Scientology. The headquarters of Scientology is in Clearwater, Florida. But yeah, Laura Anderson, or you could just put Laura FM, as in like FM radio. She's an ex-Scientologist and she protests, and yeah. She's disconnected from her parents, and it's really sad. She saw her dad last year this time, and she was screaming out to her dad, and he wouldn't even she saw him outside one of the buildings for an event that people were protesting, and she's like just screaming her dad's name and just trying to get his attention, and he wouldn't even acknowledge her. What city, if they own it in Florida? It's Clearwater. That's the head of Scientology. It's Clearwater, Florida. Do they practice practical magic? I don't know about that. Yeah, Clearwater. That's where the head of Scientology. But there's multiple Scientology buildings, churches, COS, the Church of Scientology. So if you hear me say COS or COS, it's Church of Scientology. It's not a real church. Just like many other churches, they're tax exempt. Yeah, it is a cult. Yeah, there's just a lot of, I used to do a lot more about it, talk a lot more. I still follow a lot of people. I'm not the best person to talk about it because I wasn't in Scientology. I learned a lot about it by watching things and then watching people that left Scientology and watching their YouTube channels and then watching people on TikTok. And that's how I learned more about it. And then I watched The Aftermath with Leah Remini and Mike Rinder. You are so intelligent. Oh, I appreciate that. What have I stumbled across? Well, Stash, DJ, you don't have to worry. I'm not going to be live that much longer. I'm going to be going over to TikTok in a little while. We've been talking about a bunch of different things. Right now, we're just talking about the Church of Scientology and how horrible of an organization it is, if you want to call it an organization, and David Miscavige, who's the leader of Scientology. And where is Shelley Miscavige? She hasn't been seen in public for at least a decade. And then I was just talking about different people who've left Scientology, and who either they were multiple generations in Scientology and all their family have left, or people who still have family who are in Scientology and they're completely disconnected, and the horrible things they do, and the population that they prey on, and the vulnerable, a lot of people with mental health issues, substance abuse issues, the homeless, a lot of people who want to come here from different countries and want to immigrate here, so they have them come over on religious visas. They don't get paid for shit. But yeah, I'm doing well. Sorry. Hi, how are you? Shiva Singh, I'm doing well. How are you? Soft white underbelly, had a guest in that crap. It's creepy. Interesting. I don't know who soft white underbelly is. I grew up 10 miles from where Jim Jones grew up. Really? That's another one. Jim Jones, right? What was the... It was in Africa. What was it called? Tell me again. NG. I know exactly everything, but what was the town? Yeah, the Kool-Aid Man. I know that. But what was it called? Jonestown, where it was in Africa, right? What country in Africa? Yeah, Jonestown in South America. Oh, was it South America or South Africa? Yeah, or yeah. Mm-hmm. Jonestown. And then, yeah. And they had that whole standoff at the media, and that one politician shot him, and then everybody drank that Kool-Aid, and everybody died. That is so sad. That's another interesting thing, is to watch anything about Jonestown. I guess I just don't get it. I just don't get how you can get so radicalized like that. You know, one of the survivors. Now, did they go to Jonestown and just hid and didn't drink the Kool-Aid and left? Because I know there was a not everybody died and drank the Kool-Aid. Literally, like, that's where it comes, like, drinking the Kool-Aid. Like, no, like, legit, like, the Kool-Aid with the cyanide poisoning and all that. Were they in Jonestown, or how? What's that story? I'm gonna sort the kids. I've subscribed. I'll keep an eye out for you in the future. Thank you. Really nice chatting with you. You're a real nice person. Well, thank you, Buying Time, and thank you for sharing and being open and vulnerable, and sharing your story. And I wish you the best of luck. And yeah, I come live here often. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's not. I don't know. But I appreciate you subscribing, and I hope that you do well. I hope your kids are doing well, and I hope you have a great rest of the time. Yeah, Jonestown. It was in Africa, not South America. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think it was in South America. It was in Africa. Take care. Thank you. You too. Buying Time. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't get how people like that, with the Scientology, with Jonestown, with how do they gain so much power? Honestly, I feel like they prey on very vulnerable populations, people with mental health issues that aren't addressing their mental health issues, people with substance issues, people who are homeless, people who have no family, people who are just seeking something. Yeah. So it just, I don't know. I don't know how these people become such like leaders. Like, what's his name? Like Joel Osteen. That's another one. Like when they had when he wouldn't open his church, when they had the huge hurricanes and floods. I don't know. Yeah, people can get brainwashed real easily. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, not like to get political or anything, but like 2015, 2016, before Trump got elected for his first term. I literally would watch like a CNN, like how people watch Fox. Like I did. I won't lie. Oh, again, this has been 10 years now, but and I was younger. I was in my mid-20s, early 20s, and I would watch CNN, and I literally was like crazy. I would fight people all the time on like Facebook, post things all the time. I mean, I like got like I admit I got crazy lefty loopy loo. Now, not like Bernie Sanders, that all the way that part, but I was watching CNN like would not stop, and I feel like I got like radicalized in that sense, and I was nuts. Remember the Comet guy? No, I don't think I do. He had a bunch of followers. My grandmother is still brainwashed by that, hating Trump. Watch CNN all day. Yeah. This is like back in like 2015, 2016, right before, his first term. Before he got elected. But I would watch day up, day night, anytime I had free time, if I wasn't doing something in between work. I mean, so I can get it. I can understand. The LA Starship people. I don't think I know about the LA Starship people. Heaven's Gate. I have heard about Heaven's Gate, but I don't know much about Heaven's Gate. But I have heard about Heaven's Gate. That sounds familiar. Yeah. Now I will say, I'm definitely much more, I'd consider myself moderate. There's things on the left I agree with. There's things on the right I agree with. I'm much more moderate. I am a social worker, so there are certain things, obviously, when it comes to being in the field of social work, I am going to have different values and opinions on. But I'd consider myself much more moderate. I actually just don't like the left or the right now. I don't like the government. I think both sides are nutty. They all talk so much shit, and they don't get shit done. So I'm not a fan of the government in general right now, the left or the right. You sound like Raven. What do you mean I sound like Raven? I sound like a raven? Are you talking about Raven, I don't know. Hi from England. Hi, Tiggy. I love my English people. I love when the people from England come in. The cult that set loose the sarin gas in Tokyo from Teen Titans. Oh, I don't know anything about Teen Titans. Tiggy, thank you. Sorry, this is like really boring. Where am I from? I'm from the U.S. And I'm from Illinois originally, the suburbs of Illinois, right by O'Hare Airport. Did I say the suburbs of Illinois? I meant to say the suburbs of Chicago. Sorry. God, if you're setting me up to say something, please, I'm very lenient and liberal in what is said, but please don't be too bad. What do you call a deer with no eyes? I don't know. Go ahead, type it out. Go ahead. I'm waiting. Now everyone's like here waiting. Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I got no ideas. Oh, I got no idea. And liberals or sissies. Okay. Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Okay. My friend lives in Canada. My best friend growing up lives in Canada. She got knocked up by a Canadian in college. He was down here in Illinois, and she got knocked up when we were 19. And they tried to make it work, and then she moved to Canada eventually, and they tried to make it work, and then they broke up. And anyways, her son's now like 16, 15, and she lives in Canada, in like the London, Ontario area. You live in your own. What does that mean? You live in your own? I live in a house, but I don't live on my own. It's nice to meet you too, Tiggy. Don't be liberal. Most women are because of their friends are. That's not true, Robert. That's actually pretty ignorant, not to be rude, but that's not true. Scared you, didn't it? What scared me? What? The joke? Well, I get set up. People be like, I guess yesterday somebody said something and I said it out loud. I was just reading it fast and I said whatever they said and they phrased it and I didn't realize it. And it had, by me reading the comment, it had me say the N-word, like the derogatory N-word for a black person. And I didn't realize I was being set up. And I was just reading the comments and what I said, and I was like, oh my God. And I was told, like, they just set you up to say the N-word. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't even realize that. Your best friend getting knocked up? Yeah, no, this was years ago. She went to college and she was in college and she met this guy from Canada who was at the same college and he was playing baseball and she got knocked up by him. And then she thought she was pregnant. I remember she came to my house. We were on break and I forgot, it was like winter break, spring break or whatever. And she was working at a restaurant and she was doing a double. And in between her double, she's like, I'm going to come to your house so I don't have to go all the way back home because the restaurant she was working at was right by my house. So she's like, I'm gonna come over and I want to talk with you. I'm like, okay, come on over. And then she's like, before I go back to like my second part, and long story short, she's like, I think I'm pregnant, this and that, da da da. And I said, you know what, let's just go. So we went to Walgreens. It's a convenience store if you're not familiar if you're here from not like America. And we grabbed a pregnancy test. We went back to my house and she took the pregnancy test. I'm sitting in my room. We're 19 and I hear her scream and I just hear her fall to like a collapse. And I ran into the bathroom and she was pregnant. And I did not expect that. But it's all worked out. I mean, she's doing so well. Has an amazing man now. Her and her ex parent really well, co-parent really well. And yeah, she's living a really good life in Canada. You are so ignorant. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I try. It says at 7 a.m. It's one of those to 9 p.m. 98, 100 ounces of water. Sounds like I smoke Camel Wides. Okay, that's fine. I don't smoke cigarettes. I know, I tell people all the time, I know I have an annoying voice because sometimes I go back and watch some parts of my video and I'm like, oh. So, I get it. It's fine. If you don't like it, you can leave. Film my cunt. See, I just said it quietly, but I know exactly what you're trying to say, GN. or NG. Don't start. Be nice. I know I said it quietly, but I know exactly what you're trying to say. Feel, C-U-N-T. I know. It took a second, but I said it. Like, all right, guys. Well, I've been live for an hour and a half. My Lord. So if you haven't subscribed to me, I appreciate y'all being here. You're so fun. I appreciate you all being here. I don't watch South Park, but you want to know more? If you do want to know more about Scientology, South Park does have a whole episode about Scientology and Xenu. And if you don't want to watch other people, go ahead and watch that South Park episode. But anyways, Michael Jackson's a creep. I liked him when he was a little kid, like in the Jackson 5. That sounds bad, when he was a little kid. Now I sound like the creep. I wasn't even alive when he was part of the Jackson 5, but yeah. Anyways, I'm going to go. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Please give this a like up. And then if you have TikTok, go follow me on TikTok. It's the same name. The links are also here on YouTube. It's at KAT_ocean, like the ocean, same name, KAT_ocean. I'm going to go live there in a little while. And yeah. Creep. Not me, right? NG, you're talking about Michael Jackson? Both now, you boy. Or are you talking about Robert being a creep? I'm just kidding. All right, NG, sub, so you can mess around and make your little jokes later. All right, guys, take care. I appreciate y'all being here. I appreciate the likes. Any new subs is great too. And then, like I said, if you have TikTok, go over there. You don't have to. I just was able to start to go live on TikTok yesterday, and I streamed the Bears and Eagles game yesterday. And dream about you. It's only noon. It's not nighttime yet. And I dream like really bad dreams. Like I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, all right, guys, take care. I appreciate it. Thanks for sticking around. Have a good time. Sounds like you're clipping your nails. No, I'm just playing. My lips are like dry as shit, so. All right. Anyways, gotta go. Bye.